Hello again. Oops, sorry, that was my finger. So now I'm going to read Extraordinary Mary's. Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed. Okay. Ordinary Mary was so ordinary that you'd never guess she could change the world. This ordinary kid, she did. She changed the world. One ordinary day, skipping on her way from her ordinary school to her ordinary house, she passed an ordinary vacant lot filled with ordinary bushes growing ordinary berries. Ordinary blue and juicy, luscious, lovely berries. Ordinary Mary picked the ordinary berries and brought them in a big brown bowl to Mrs. Bishop's porch. What? Left berries in a big brown bowl on Mrs. Bishop's porch? That sneaky kid, she did. This made Mrs. Bishop very, very happy. So she baked a big batch of blueberry muffins and thought 5 people who might have brought those beautiful berries, then secretly gave them each a plate. How great, 5 people got a plate. One of those 5 was her paper boy, Billy Parker. When Billy saw his name on a note in the driveway on the plate, he quickly parked his bite and ate every crumb. Oh, yum, yum, yum. He ate every crumb. This made him so glad the next 5 people got their papers on their porch and not the bushes where he often threw them. In fact, they were handed right to them. One of those 5 was Mr. Stevens, who was amazed that he smiled for 10 hours on an airplane and said hi to 5 different people who had heavy bags. Here, let me help you. He still smiled, and they did too. One of those 5 was Maria, whose cranky little boy, James, stopped crying when Mr. Stevens waved peekaboo with him until their ride came. When he waved goodbye, Maria exclaimed, how strange, that stranger would be so sweet. And the next day, when she went shopping once, twice, 5 times, she did something nice for 5 different people. 5 times without stopping. One of those 5 was Joseph, old and bent and gray in front of their line at the produce stand, when he said, I guess I counted wrong. I don't really need these oranges. And little James reached out to him with an orange from their basket, and Maria put a coin in Joseph's hand. Here, take this. The oranges are on us. And Joseph shuffled to the bus. His heart was full and his eyes were wet when his hands did very helpful things for the 5 people he met. One of those 5 was Sarah, a college girl who was off to see the world and stopped at Joseph's shop when her bag broke and all her things fell on the floor. Oh, what will I do? Joseph said, this is for you, and he gave her a new bag woven with his own hands in red and purple and green. Oh, thank you, she replied. It's the loveliest bag I've ever seen. It's a very nice bag. When Sarah left, she felt sunny as the moon, and she just had to shine on 5 people soon. One of those 5 was Sophia, whom she met on the boat, looking like the world might end, looking like someone without a friend. What beautiful blue eyes you have, Maria said, and they're just the color of the flowers on your lovely dress. Yes, said Sophia. Oh, yes, said Maria. I think that's written wrong. Yep, that's written wrong. I think. I don't know. Anyway. The beautiful blue eyes shed a happy tear, and when the boat trip was through, Sophia called 5 people to make them happy too. One of those 5 was Tom, the doctor, also her son, who was having a very hard day. Hi, she said. I love you, Tom. Well, how great to hear your voice, he sighed. I always need my mom. Dr. Tom was so cheered that on his next break, he bought a big bunch of bright balloons for the 5 young patients, and he handed them out right then and there. One of those 5 was Peter, a little boy who went from the hospital that day. Gratitude for the big bunch of balloons filled him and thrilled him and spilled out of him onto the next 5 people who came his way. One of those 5 was Eric, a teenage boy whose sacks and such were too much. When one dropped on the sidewalk, Peter stopped his play and rushed over right there to say, Super Wheels to the rescue. Well, Eric, no longer stressed, was very impressed and made a mental note that that very afternoon he would help 5 people and do it soon. One of those 5 was Dee, his 10-year-old sister who didn't have many friends and was painfully shy. When Eric said, Hey sis, want to come to the park and learn how to ride my skateboard? She looked at him wide-eyed. Look how wide-eyed she is. Seriously? She cried. Sure, he said. And because of her brother, Dee decided maybe she could be a friend to another 5. One of those 5 was Louise, a homeless woman who lived under the trees. She could hardly believe her ears when she heard Dee say, May my brother and I buy you a hot dog and a drink over at the stand over there? Could it be true? someone actually cared enough to give her food and a smiley face ring that was practically new. Louise was so pleased that she decided, even though she had nothing, she would do something for 5 others and give them something. One of those 5 was Mr. Taylor, who lost his wallet in the park. Louise found it full of 5s and 10s and 20s. Oh, what she could do with all that money. But she found his name and called his home, and over he came. He was so impressed that she was honest despite being poor, that he offered her a job at his store and offered to do something generous for 5 people or more. One of those 5 was Kate, a woman on vacation who wanted to see a show she heard was a sensation. Oh no, she said, it sold out, but I'm going home tomorrow, and her face filled with sorrow. Mr. Taylor held out his ticket. I live here, he said. I can go any time. Take mine. Kate loved the show and was so touched that she thought of buying 5 presents for 5 people back home that would be really fun. And one of those presents was a little heart necklace for Mary, her niece, and you should have seen her eyes light up with surprise. Mary? What? Mary? Yes, ordinary Mary's extraordinary deed had come full circle. See? Full circle. And it was on its way, changing lives of every person living. You see, Mrs. Bishop made muffin from Mary's blueberries. Not only did the paper weigh Billy Parker, but 4 other people too. Made 5 people smile. And those 5 did too. And then after a while, it was 15 days. Love was sent everywhere, to every person everywhere. Just see how it went. Ready? 1, 5, 25, 625, 3,125, 15,625, 78,125, and so on and so forth until it gets to, I'm not good at reading numbers. Well, 6 billion is even more than all the people on the planet. So after everyone had his share and everybody knew that somebody cared, there's even more love left over. The world was changed. Thousands and billions agreed. It was all because one ordinary day, ordinary Mary did a perfectly ordinary, stunningly earth-shaking, totally extraordinary deed. I love that book. Such cute message as well. Talk to you guys soon.